Hi everybody, it's Murray from Bees Plus in Kamloops, BC. Today I'm going to show you how to make a split on a strong hive and end up with two nukes off it. So it's pretty easy to do. It's quite similar to doing just a regular split. What you want to do is before you come to the yard, you want to make sure you have everything you're going to need. So you want to make sure you have some extra frames, bring 8 to 10 extra frames with you. If you have some with drawn comb, that's better. If not, just frames with foundation. Also, if you have any honey left over from last year, that's a bonus, and you can just add that to the new boxes you're going to be making. So you've been to your bee yard a few times, and this hive that you have here is really strong. So whenever you open it up, you'll see that the bees are just boiling out of here. When you take the lid off, there's bees everywhere, so it's time to split it. So I make these little nuke boxes up here. There's no bottom in them. They're exactly half the size of the regular box, and I'll show you why in a couple minutes here. So you want 4 frames in there. So the main thing that you want in there is you want a frame with some brood on it. You want some cap brood, you want some with some eggs and some larvae. So you pull a frame out of here, and this is a frame that's got some cap brood on it. It's got everything you want on it. So you just take and you shake all the bees off just like you would in your regular split. You put that down in the middle. If you have one of honey that you've brought with you, then that one would go in the outside. And if you brought one with you, the drawn comb, put that in beside it. And if you find another one in here, get another one that's got some capped brood in it, and it has some eggs in it, some larvae, then put that in there. So then you'll have 4 frames in here total. So once that's done, then you replace the frames you've taken out. So manipulate your frames. If this is partly drawn, move it over to the middle, put another one in beside it, fill this up. You want to have 10 frames in there. Whenever that is done, you just simply take that box off there, set it aside, and then you do the same thing on this one. You go in there, you take a frame out that has cap brood on it, has some larvae, some eggs, put it in the middle. Once again, you put some honey on the outside. If there's some with honey and pollen, because they need pollen too to raise the young ones. So if you honey and pollen, put your frame in there you've taken out of here with some cap brood, put another one in beside it, and put an empty frame in there so they have room to expand. Fill this one here back up, the same thing. If you brought your frames with you, make sure you have 10 frames in here. Manipulate them so you don't have all the empty ones together. Put them all back in there. And just put this back together. Put that on there. You've shaken all the bees off there, so all these boxes are empty. There's no bees there. So you put your queen excluder back on there. You set your little nuke box up here. And you set your other one right beside it. And your inner cover just simply goes on there. Make sure they're together. Inner cover goes on. And your outer cover. Now you just do the same as you did when you did your other split. You just leave it for 24 to 48 hours. All the nurse bees will go up there. They'll tend to all that brood and eggs and larvae, and that's what they'll do. So now, once that's there, you come back in 24 to 48 hours, you take your lid off, take your inner cover off. Now these here are full of bees. You can look in there, you can see there's lots of bees covering the frames. That's what you want. You just set that back down on the bottom board. I've made up these little bottom boards that are same as this bottom board, just half the size. You take this one off there, put that down there. And we have some little inner covers here. Same thing. Put your inner covers back on there. Put your outer cover on. Those two. Take your queen excluder off. Knock all the bees off it. Put this one back together. Inner cover on. Put your outer cover on. And there you've just gone from having 1 hive to having 3. So now these, I'm working in a confined area here in my shop because it's a bit cold outside to be doing it with real bees just yet. So normally these would be farther apart, and then once again, put the entrances the opposite way of the parent hive. That way if there is any field bees, they're going to go back to this one. You might lose a few, but that won't be too bad. So now these bees here, you're going to have a queen. So when you come back in 24 hours, 48 hours, you go in there and you introduce a queen. So the thing that I forgot to tell you is at the beginning too, something you'll need is make sure you've ordered a queen or have a queen lined up before you start this. because you don't want to get to this stage and then realize you don't have a queen. So when you do that, put your queen in, introduce the queen, then these two hives will be ready to go. So now you have 3 hives. So the downside about these little 4-frame nukes is once the queen gets in there and starts laying, it fills up pretty fast. So you have to keep a really close eye on it, and once she does start laying, then it is time to move them into a single hive. So that you can just simply take the lids off, transfer them into another box right where they were, and they'll be up and running in no time. I hope this helped. Hope it made it simple, so you can split your hive and grow your apiary. There's a like button at the bottom. There's also a subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and hope you learned something in this video.